There you go. You should be able to see it now. Get started. Got a lot of gaming to do. I figured I was having trouble uploading a video. Figured I would just go ahead and go live and hang out with everybody for a little bit. So let me just readjust the screen just a tad. All right. All right, let's go. So let's get rid of the mentions first. But it's 8:45 your time, Koala. What are you doing up so early, man? What are you doing up so early? Oh, checking activity. I went down a rank. I'm gonna get scolded from me 6. I got here. Yeah. I appreciate you dropping in, man. 20 to 21, not good. Right. Oh, Cobbs. What's up, FFXMJ? What are you guys doing today? What games are y'all playing? I'm just gonna do a little bit on. Let me make this bigger for you guys. Looking at it on the view. I'm making it smaller. That's making it smaller. My bad. On me. My bad. All right, here we go. That should be big enough size for you now. We got some stuff to do. Yeah, I can watch it on the replay. It's getting smaller. There we go. Not my fault. I'm awake. Early work has programmed. I know, man. You know what's so weird? It's like I'll try to stay up later just to be able to try to sleep in, but my body still gets up at the same exact time. PlayCon, yeah. I'm going to play Con. I'm probably going to start a new game, too, with everybody. So I just need to get through some moves on here. I can't do that in my previous command. What am I? Oh, I need to type normie fish. Man, I got typos galore today, too. Let's get a dynamite going. Dynamite. And then normie fish again. Con. Yeah, let me get through this real quick, and then we'll con for sure. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I got a couple of games, and then we're going to start one. I don't want to use my vote on here yet because I want to wait 2 hours and 15 minutes, hit my dungeon, then vote and run a second one. That way I can get my 4th dungeon in tonight. So I did 1 this morning, 2 with a dungeon and a vote, and then the 4th one at night. So, all right, so let's say you guys want to do Con, Afflictive Nations. These 2 games are not that exciting. I think we're going to take these, to be honest. We are cruising in a couple of these games. So, let me see. I'm playing Thailand in this one. Let's pop out. Let's see what's going on in the news. So there's no red in the news. Like, they're not even fighting back. It's gross. Grinding Minecraft. Subnautica. What is Subnautica? I don't know what that is. Anyway. Another stream. Let's go. What's up? What's up, legs? Where are my fights at? Let's check my South America fights. So I'm just pretty much gobbling land down here. Clean up. Yep, clean up. I don't have that many more troops. I could split these guys up and run different directions, but I don't want to do that. Let me split off. Oh, no. Cancel. Oh, canceled his whole movement. Curses. That's all right. Let's split it. Let's send the 2 guys this way. We're going to get this land over here that has been graciously left behind by... Who is this? Oh, Pasta Man. Who else is in here? Oh, Von Druzy. Von Druzy went AFK on there, so ended up popping out. What's up, Doge? Just got back from church. Yeah, we were going to go this morning, and then I was like, let's just watch it, because we have the option to watch it from home, too. My church does it live, so we opted to do that this time. I think I'm going to take this guy the long way. Let's go to here first. But I think I'm going to take him the low route, gobble up some of these lands that are just chilling. I'll do that, and then I'll take the other dude this way and hit this middle land here. Should I grab this dude and just bring him through there? Let's reconnect those guys so we can go after this middle land. I think I took this guy up north. I did. Can you make a tier list video on all the units in Con? I want to see what the pros' thoughts on the units in the game, where they would rank in a tier list. could do something along those lines. Congrats on 5K. Yeah, I did hit 5K. That was kind of cool, man. The goal is not to have quantity. It's just to have a good place to play. Subnautica is a survival game where you crash land on a water planet. The lore goes very deep. It's fun. Wow. MBTs aren't interesting. What do you think about main battle tanks? I used to use them, but I saw in your Discord memes and a meme sits for noobs, and I stopped using them. Now I hate myself. So, it is. Main battle tanks are often misaligned. Here is the skinny on them, right? They are very, very powerful at higher levels, and they have a lot of hit points. I'll show you what I mean, right? So you got to do your research on why you would even use main battle tanks. But if you go in and you look at them here on the main battle tank, when you upgrade them all the way, they have 61 hit points. I think that's up from 55. It used to be 55, and they raised it. The good thing is that will soak up a lot of damage. When you have like 2 of those in a stack, that's 122 hit points. So they can be used to soak up damage. The problem is that it takes so much to upgrade these. So you got 2,500 components there. Then you've got another 25 there. Then you got another 2,300 there. So you see, like, you get 5 or 6 combos in. It's just a very, very expensive unit to maintain. So especially when they can't shoot that far, right? So on the other side of the coin, if you spend your upgrade in the tree with like railguns, then railguns are going to shoot at a 75, and they're going to hit tanks at an 11, right? So if you get a stack of 4 or 5 of these railguns together with some infantry, you can pretty much set them aggressive and let them roll. So like, it's a really good unit if you're going to research it, and it costs supplies, which you always seem to have too many of, right? So components for me are very limited, because if you have naval or something, it's just hard to go. Now, if you're good enough to get in and annex a couple of cities and kind of still push forward, then you're going to have a surplus of supplies. But I still would rather go railgun and then put an infantry officer out. See right here, this infantry officer is going to be hitting at a 10, defending at a 13 versus tanks. So, and it's just a very, very cheap unit to upgrade. It also can conquer territory, and it's going to give all the modifiers that come with it. So your infantry are going to attack at 50 higher and defend at 50 higher and move 25% faster. So I'd rather, it's not that my main battle tanks are good or bad. It just depends on how you use them and what you're going to commit to. So I'll show you a stack in my other game that I use that's pretty easy. So it defends against missiles, it defends against planes, it defends against choppers. Like you just have a hard time. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It was in this actual game. If I go up to Europe, where we're fighting on 2 fronts, I'm trying to speed up Africa to get everybody back into Europe to handle some of these things. So I'll show you my stack up here. Right, I just took this city. If I look, it's got 6 railguns, a radar, and an infantry officer. Right, so kind of a crazy looking stack right now. But the problem is that as I moved cities, I left my infantry behind here because they were guarding cities that were smoking. Right, so I pretty much just rolled straight through all of this stuff and through. So the artillery units are the counter to this stack here, right? If I was playing against experienced players, I would probably have that stack a little bit modified, and I would probably add in the artillery, because here's what happens. The elite railguns fire at a 75, but if you come through on the rocket launchers, they fire at a 100, and so they can, in effect, get the first shot or 2 off on another stack before you realize it, and really do some damage on there. That's why people use the MRLS. They're very, very powerful units. They attack ships, right? So you get a stack of 5 of these, and a ship comes by, it's going to get blasted, right? If you can't get that ship by in two passes, basically an hour of game time, that rocket launcher stack is going to take a second shot and pretty much wipe out any solo or duo ships that are in there. Stack of 5 would still have the advantage, but again, you'd have to move in a stack of 5 to do that. So what happens is I end up getting slow because I don't have enough infantry units to cover. But we took Susieva, so then I'm just going to take and I'm going to move this entire stack up north, and I'm going to split off. Oh, Come on over here. I'm going to go straight at it. I'm going to split, and I'm going to take out my radar, which I'm going to just leave probably right there. That way it can't be seen, right? So once we take that land, they're not going to be able to follow back. Yeah, HOI 4 is very good. It's really in-depth, and, it's just one of those games where I haven't invested yet to learn it, and Donnie keeps telling me he'll coach me, but I just don't have the time to relearn another game right now. So what are we going to research on here? I think I did my, yep, he's already maxed out. I was looking at doing some of those, don't need them. Ships, there we go. Yeah, I don't have the rare, so I'm going to hold off on that. What's up, Oxland? How you doing? So yeah, so pretty much going to take that. I'm taking out this airport here. I was assuming that he was using choppers, to be honest, because he had an airport here. There was an airport over here I took out. So that shows that it's a network of being able to move your choppers around. But once I got in there was like zero fight from these guys, right? So like let me see, took out an infantry battalion in Susieva, infantry battalion in Lubefu. Yeah, so there's just I don't see any choppers in here. But so anyway, I'm just going to keep rolling through here and knock Ukraine out. The reason why is that Ukraine was part of this here. These guys have quit, so Ukraine and Italy pretty much knocked out. We took them out. Pakistan, who is Comrade Stalin, and Pasta Man is India, which is kind of a shame because David's in this game too, Asian David. He's done really well with Vietnam. I'm trying to catch up with him. I had two back-to-back weekends I wasn't able to play, and he just kind of took off on me. Artillery has an advantage with more range, but to use it, you have to be active. Yes, Khazardi is very bad melee and has little hit points, whereas tanks are more forgivable if you go inactive. That is absolutely true. You love HOI 4? Yeah, lead infantry are good. Trying to see what the next moves here. I don't have enough units to kind of move. I can move this guy up, though. Let's move him. Well, I've got another one here. Let's move this one more. Which one is it? Oh, there it is. Let's move this one more up into this area here. Try to get a little bit more range up north. I've got this other one down here too, but maybe I should take this guy to this city. Let's do that. Whose city is that? David's is a 29. I hope it doesn't go rogue. Let me split troops between these two cities. That way, if it goes rogue, I at least have some defense in there. So, are you on the DC? They're talking in chat. Good. This game is on lock. Belarus will be up next. We'll start taking that out. But it looks like these other... I would say if they're going to reorganize, they're probably reorganizing into Argentina and Brazil. I don't have any applications down here. Waiting for... let me see. I forget who this was. Von Druzy. Yeah. Waiting for him to get back active on there. Let's take a peek at the other game. This other game's a little more interesting. Mozambique is killing me with a... what is that? A 42, 52. It's a 61 stack here. A 61 stack just hanging out. Bark Place. When we're fighting all over the map, man. So I'm like, bruh, come on and get in the game. Get in the game, Bark Place. So let me shorten this window a little bit. Sorry, I got two screens going. I got the stream on one screen, but it's not showing me the whole screen. There we go. All right. What strategy do you do, Navy or Air? I really bounce back and forth between the different ones, to be honest, man. If I get into a country like Ethiopia, I usually put up just enough defense in these two areas. I know that I have Mozambique down here. That's why I'm not too worried about stuff coming onto the shoreline. I'll put a radar here to try to catch any pings before they're getting to my cities as well. But this game has been moving a little bit slow. Iran was trying to give me some static. Why is he waiting there? Oh, I guess they already killed the troops that are in there. Yeah, I gotcha. Iran and I were kind of going back and forth, but the problem is that Poland came down here and wiped out some of his towns, so he's trying to rebuild. He reconquered some of these, but you can tell once you get your homeland cities taken out, it's really hard. Really, really hard to build. I could probably just go take Iran out right now. I don't want to do that. He moved his capital. So he moved his capital from Tehran to Damascus, went aggro against me, so I popped his capital. Then he messaged me. He was like, "Hey, I didn't do that. I didn't do that." Juicy messaging me in the background. But then he moved his capital to Bandar Abbas, so he needs to grow and get his lands back. I could probably take him out, but I don't want to do that. So, yeah, I knew it was going to be a hello message, Juicy. You're predictable. Get to level 5 to advance on him. No, Bart Plays. Don't wait. You've got so many ships down here, bro. You've got so many defenses down here that adding more ships is not going to matter to you as much. You can do that, but you got to get these units that are down here. You got to get them up here. We need you in Europe to take out Poland and the rest of these guys. Like so move them up and start taking land, or you're not going to advance up here. Like you're so far behind in these areas, right? So at 321, you and Juicy should be up in the 500s easy, giving us a bigger advantage in this game. So get them moving and get them going. I understand because certain countries and Yep, they are. And so, but still, the only naval is effective of obviously naval to naval. The only other use for them is naval to coastal cities, right? So they're not going to. Poland is going to be rough. That's why we need the help. That's what tell them get moving. But so once you get out of the coastal cities, they're not effective because you can't hit inland so far. But they're devastating along the coastline. So you don't need a huge navy where people get like 40 ships. I mean, you really don't need more than about 15 to 20 max. You need 2 stacks in your homelands to protect and 2 stacks roaming around taking care of things that are floating in the water, right? And then attacking shoreline cities. So you don't need to build a huge armada. You just want to get enough. In this game, we're not being challenged in naval, so we're being challenged on land. So building more ships in this game is really not going to benefit you. It's going to kind of be a waste of time, right? What you should be doing is you should be pumping out land units. You should be probably getting some air units. So like Spain up here had a whole bunch of tanks sitting around, and I was able to just go in and just gut them, basically. Just gut them all out. Now, Poland is down here. I'm going to actually take this stack of planes, and I'm going to see where I can attack from here, straight across. So I'm just going to engage with Poland, let them know that we're coming. And then, was this Belarus? Who's Belarus? He's a 27. He's kind of low on the list. I could take those choppers out if I wanted to. I believe they're all in the same coalition, though. Let me just confirm. Belarus is in this middle one. So I definitely want to take out Poland first and then mess with Belarus. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and move some troops in here. I'm going to get started on the attacks. He'll come across. I'm assuming he's going to come out of this other airstrip. Let's do this. Let's just fly him to here first. Let's ferry them over so they're closer for round trips and everything. Yeah, send them to Gibraltar. You should probably send them up into Madrid and then just start taking anything red. UK is up here, but UK is out of the game. Poland and Norway have them down to 1. So bring that stack up in here. Start taking Paris. Start taking Strasbourg. Start taking like anything that's red and then go into Poland. We need to be able to push your stack right through this middle lane here up into Warsaw. So you need to go like Leipzig, Berlin, Wrocław, Warsaw, and take this capital out. You don't want to take it up here. He's going to have ships defending. It's standard all through here. Probably as far as here, there's probably some ships somewhere in this area. So you want to kind of land them down here and march them across land, right? So tanks are so good in HOI 4. There's stuff in the Suez Canal. So there is stuff in the Suez Canal. Like, yep, I see it. I see it. That's no problem. I've got a radar here. I'm going to pull this radar back. Just a little bit so ships can't fire on it, but I like to keep track of it. I see you got them on the... Yeah, I wish I knew what it was, but after these cities stop smoking up here, I'm going to take them into Europe as well. Once I engage Poland, I'm imagining that all this will be red up in here. I don't want to engage Greece, even though Greece is pretty much dead. Two cities. I just can't afford to have another thing going on there. What's up, TikTok Shorts? How's the efficiency? Yeah, the efficiency is way low. It ain't gonna lose, but yeah, fly it up. B2, swear. Insurgency is annoying. It does make you stop, right? So I've got 10 units. I've got like 15 units tied up all around here. But my plan is once I engage Poland, I think I'm just going to run through these cities. I don't imagine he'd have a lot down here, or he would have taken these other cities back already. So into burn, and that's where I'll stack to go anywhere. Yep. What's up, Sherlock? Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Just get them up there and get them active. Every unit you take away from the enemy is going to help because we're so far ahead in this coalition ranking, right? So anything you hit from this raid unit here, they've only got 3 members, and they're at 1055. It's these guys down here, Asperlos, his gang that I'm really worried about, and that's what we have to grow faster than right away. So if we look at them, they got India, United States. Yeah, see, India just joined them this morning, and New Zealand just joined them that's the new active one. So we've got to get up there and grab that land before they jump on us, right? So I knew that they were going to join because this India guy backed out of his other coalition yesterday because we're pretty much hammering them, this Asian empire, right? So if you look, it's just Iran and Mongolia, and Iran got pretty much blistered in here. So I probably should take Iran now that he's solo and not backed by anybody. Which do you prefer? Mobile Arty or Toad Arty? Neither. I don't waste research on them. I just go, what was that notification? Stealth locating system completed on research. Got it. Is that on my, down here. So let me see. Can I start this one up too? Yeah. I like getting the radar maxed out because their range gets so huge on there, man. Just tell that alliance to shush. Well, we just need everybody active. That's the point. Is once we get everybody active in the game, then Koala's going to take out Greece, which is fantastic. So I could probably move these units up into here and take these guys out. Let's do that. Let's split you up, and then I'm going to go ahead and engage Greece so we can knock him out of. The more countries you're fighting, the harder it is to fight the insurgents, basically. You're going to get more insurgency. So the quicker you can get up in here and take this stuff out, I could probably just take that city, too, all the way through. Whose city is that? Belarus? I don't know. I don't know that I want to engage Belarus yet, but let's just take this land before they come across the water, and then we'll figure out what the next move is. There we go. Yeah, the radar's range is good, Donnie. I love maxing it out for sure. Yeah, I've seen people messing with Toad Arty for the air assault and extra damage, but I'm not a fan, man. I'm a ground and pound type player, to be honest. So I'm gonna get in there, get a stack. I'm gonna run through and take your cities. There's nothing that hurt. You can kill 1,000 units, but if you don't take cities, they're just gonna go. Italy got toasted by Poland. Yeah. We took it back though. We're just gonna go back and take it back from them. But when you take cities, that's how you hurt a player. When you take capital, you hurt the player. That hurts the morale in the other cities. They sometimes will smoke, go to the insurgent riot, go to the insurgents. So we're gonna end up just running through these towns, pushing Poland and Belarus back. They should be pretty much hurt. You can tell because of all the smoking cities and territories that's in here, right? So if you look, Greece, Iran. There's just a lot of open ground in there that we can get through. And then what happens is you start to raise your VPs on here. When you raise your VPs this high, you have enough money to now go back through and use your intel, right? So if you come back into here and I pop my intel menu, you can see that I'm protecting my cities with intel because I don't want them to either get communications that we're using in game, and I don't want them to know that I do or do not have units in all these towns, and they won't be able to tell if they can't get a spy in here, right? And so I have caught a few spies already. Rand put one in early because he thought I was going to attack. But as soon as you get over that much money, you need to start putting your intel in and making sure that they cannot get information about you, right? Are there better researches for different countries? So better is a relative term, and I'm going to walk you through why I say that, because there is Eastern, Western, and Euro. What do they call them? I forget what it is. Researches, right? So this is an Eastern research on here, right? So I would say that you need to play all three, and you need to play all three multiple times. The reason is you're going to gravitate towards a certain kind of doctrine on there, and whether it's East, West, or Euro, your play style is going to fit one more or the other, right? So like if you go into some of these right here, This is on day 2 on one of the doctrines that get it on day 1, right? So if you use strike fighters, you probably want that day 1 so that you can start making those, right? I wouldn't say necessarily they're better or worse. Again, it depends on the country you pick and your individual play style. So try them all and get through there. I think this is it for this game, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to build anything else. I'm a little short on supplies, but the market has been wrecked. Wrecked. R-E-K-T. Wrecked. Let me go to Epic real quick. I got some moves on here. And then we got a training. That's a 1. We're going to do a dynamite here. Dynamite. And then a farm. And I don't have any bread, so I just got to do a regular farm. So, yep. So there we go. And then we got a hunt, but that's being taken care of. So G to the G on there. So scroll down to northern Mozambique real quick and show the units moving. Yep. I got them. Yeah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Get them bad boys active. Get them in the game. I annexed Athens, by the way, because I had a high-level airbase, so I decided to just annex and make some planes. That's smart, man. You can get them there quicker. You don't have a fly time. India has ships in the Suez. I think India's coming for an attack. I really do. I got a feeling. I offered to let them get in there. It's just level 3 destroyers. Yeah, he's not going to be able to do a whole lot down here when I've got, where is it at? My stack of destroyers is not maxed out, but they're pretty. I got a pretty good contingency of boats, right? It's day 29, though. I'm surprised no one's shooting missiles or whatnot, but I'm going to, I think I've researched out the, I'm researching the last railgun to get them. I just use strikes. I don't use ASFs because I also come back through, and what I'll eventually do is come back through and use SAMs or AA. I have to know what I'm defending against first, right? So if I see a bunch of planes, then I'm just going to go SAMs. But I'll always, I'm just about on the verge of doing the theater system. Once radar's done, I'll get the THAADs up and running. And once you get a high-level THAAD, they are pretty handy because they will hit planes too. So if you've got like a network of THAADs and a plane tries to fly over, you're just going to get hit by multiple THAADs, right? So I always use that on there. But yeah, I'm more, I'll tell you my exact stacks that I use. I don't mind telling you. On the research tree, I always get infantry and max them out. The reason I do that is just simply because now they can attack at range. So I can stop short of a city, lob a couple of attacks in, and then move them in and not have to lose hit points on my infantry stacks, right? So if you're moving in a 10 stack, which you should be, right? So if you look up here, other game, but if you're looking at here, you're going to be moving in some big stacks, like a 9 right here with Chad. So like EJK, when he starts moving these, because he can pretty much abandon Spain now and take all these cities on the way in, but we're going to be hitting Italy pretty hard. They're going to run out of troops, but go through. Do I ever, you love ASF? Yeah. Do you ever research missiles or just not worth it? I'm not a big missiles fan because of the cost of it. If I play a 4X game, then I'll sometimes do missiles because a 4X, if you're moderately active, you're going to be higher. You're going to be further ahead on research, right? So once you get further ahead on research, then you can start, you get your main stacks researched. So for me, my stacks are going to have infantry, an infantry officer, and they're going to have railguns. And then in tandem, I'll move another stack close by of MRLS and the rocket launchers and infantry as well, right? Sometimes I'll run the rocket launchers in conjunction with the SAMs. It just depends on what the other teams are using. If they're using a lot of air units, then yes, I'm going to produce SAMs and get them up there so that I can get some free kills, basically. So when I look at medals and stuff from on here, where's the medals at? Where do I got to go into the rank? I always forget where this is at. Here. Nope. Medals. Hey, it's the medals thing. So, I annexed and occupied 50 cities, winning the hearts and minds, right? But on the infantry doctrine, I defeat player controlled. But if you look, helicopter and air superiority, so I just bang units up with my ASF, so ugly cars, yeah. Usually don't use UGV yet. They're handy for some. They're quick. 3 naval bases, 4 naval base, 3 naval base. I'm pretty sure it'll be battle with them. Yeah, but you know what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go across land and we're gonna beat him up from land. So like I'm not too worried about him. But if you look at like carpet bombing, I do like bombers. I don't use them enough. But where's my missile one? Like soft targets kill 5,000, hard targets kill 1,000. Counter battery, Black Hawk. Look, shot down 1,000 player. I've done 602. There's one for missiles though. Where is it at? Anti-submarine missile defense. Look, I've intercepted 160 missiles. Like so I definitely can get in and knock down some of those for sure. So yeah, 86 is okay, man. There's a lot of players that are higher ranked, but finally broke into the officer ranks a few months back. Armor until day 10. Yeah, so what happens is I just go Zerg infantry in the beginning, and that beats armor. Like because you can pump out infantry a lot quicker for less. Right, so if you start using a bunch of armor, you're not going to be able to get your components high enough to keep making them. So all you do is, I don't have my camera set up, but I've got older videos that have my face in it. So if you want to see it, you can just go back, a few years on there. I had to take a break because I was overly addicted to the game. How do you not get addicted? OJ, man, I honestly don't have the time. So here's the way to beat me is just be active, right? I can only go into like 15 minutes in the morning, so I get up at 5:15. I go to I get ready for work, get dressed. At about 5:45, I roll into the computer room. I play until about 6:10, so I only have that small window, and then I take off, go to work all day. Don't get home until about 7 o'clock at night. Play again for like another 25 minutes at night, and then go to bed. So like I just don't have the time to like when people want me to play in a 4X game, I'm like, dude, I'll play, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be disappointed because I just can't keep up with the amount of time it takes in a 4X. That's why I prefer the 1X. It gives me time I can actually path, like, let me see. Let me get a good example. Nope, wrong game again. I can get a good example of these right here. Like, so I'm going to path these units up, and I'm going to come up to Marseille. I'm going to get these units to path up in there. Like, I need this in a 1X game because I can't go with the 4X. Max mode, rise infantry, just splits them in groups 1 to 3, and then just mass lane grabbing along with a bunch of strikers. Yeah, that's not a bad way to do it because you're going to be able to send your strikers out in advance. I really do. And then so as you progress, what you'll do is you'll add the infantry officer to one of them. You'll add in railguns to one of them. You'll add in the rocket launchers to one of them. But you always have to react to whatever the other person has researched. So if I'm running those stacks, I've got no air cover. If someone else has ASF, then I'm screwed because they're just going to bang up my stacks with this ASF until I get SAMs, right? So then I realize, okay, this person is high Air Force. I got to bang out some SAMs so that I can put them, kind of move them as they move along in path. I would have, if they're pathing up here, I'd have SAMs pathing behind it. So as soon as their planes jump out, I can smack them. Yeah, the only time what I love is 4X around like the Thanksgiving holiday or the Christmas holiday. If I get like a week where I have some downtime, I'm not in the office every single day, then man, I love a good 4X game, and we'll run a 4X game in about 6 days or so. It only takes less than 30 days on the map if I get a good format. The problem is we get in here to these games and it's like, look, me and EKG or EJK, we're up here, with 1,000 land, but then these next guys are just not as active. So like Bark Place and Juicy, they just haven't been as active to pump up. And this other user we took as Italy, like we're going to end up getting rid of him if he can't get things going, right? So he definitely needs to get something going down here. Hopefully my naval officer will be level 4. Yeah, that 100 range. But here's the problem, Bark. Like, does your naval officer increase the range of your other ships? Right? So if I go in here and I look at naval officer and you're saying rank 4, so right here, rank 4, if I pull him open, he does not increase the range of ships, he just makes the attack and defense more, right? So detect subs, radar, anti-air, attack range 100. So if I go and I put him in a stack of ships that only shoot 75, then the only person doing damage is the captain. and then your other ships are just kind of sitting idle. And that's the hard part where I don't like the naval officers. If they made the other ships shoot further, yeah, I'd get them every time, man. 4X players have nothing going on with their life, and they get 2 hours of sleep per day. It's 4X, man. That just goes incredibly fast for sure, man. Every 4X game I've played lasts very long until like day 90. Yeah, my 4X games don't last that long because I annex cities too. So in a 4X game, I'll have about 11, 12, 13 cities annexed. So my production goes to like 550, 600 per hour, and I just start blasting out a ton of troops, man. I get it. I've been slow. I'll pick up the pace, and exactly. Get moving, Koala. You're moving at the pace of a real koala right now. Hunter's max range for naval. I was hoping no one's been dead yet. Play HOI 4 right? Yeah, man, I should, man. I really need to learn HOI 4, but from what I've seen of it, it's really, really, really detailed, man, and it's just it's just gonna be tough, man. My stack for naval, man, I'm weird with my naval, to be honest. I'm gonna go 3 destroyers, 2 frigates, to have the ability to shoot planes and stuff down too, and the destroyers can hit the subs, and then of course the only thing that really counters that is the cruiser, because cruisers hit so hard. Hey, I'm not gonna play HOI 4, but you can ask as much. I haven't bought it yet, and I haven't downloaded it, so you'll be waiting about 4 hours for my little bougie internet to get it on there. What's up, Karazuz 2020? Let me pop back here and do my my moves on this one. So we got a training, a chop, and a farm. We're going to go into dynamite and then farm. Look at that, 34 rubies. What? Ruby City. Oh, I can't type today, man. Vote and a hunt and a loot box. So again, we're saving our vote for when our dungeon resets, and then we're going to do 2 back-to-back on there. So you'll teach me. We actually have on our Discord, and you can find the invite to the Discord in the actual channel description, and get on our Discord. Like, the only person that really plays it is Donnie. He has his own channel. There he is, Donald Miller. But he'd love to talk strategy in HOI 4 with you guys. It's on the Discord. I'll show you. If you scroll back down here, he's got his own room where he's basically helping out. Where's it at? HOI 4, look. So he's coaching Mickey up on there, but he posts videos of things that he's watched, screenshots, and he's really good at this on the HOI 4. You need to get it. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Agent David. Agent David, my partner right there, buddy. He's the guy that got me into the addiction with Epic RPG. I can tell you that we in the early days we spent so much time. Having $1 million was like having $10 trillion back in the day when we were no time travels, no levels. Took me like 3 weeks to time travel for the first one. Unbelievable, man. Fastest game, fast tech game, fastest maybe, I don't know. My naval stack is 4 destroyers and a frigate. Yeah, that's a solid one. I don't really see much air versus ship. Yeah. So it's just missile defense. Yep, and AA. A destroyer for the subs. Yeah, you're with me. I'm a big fan of that stack for sure. Tanks worth it or just not worth it. I always keep 3 tank units, including a tank officer stack. Just for like 5. Yeah, we talked about tanks earlier. It's probably one of the biggest debated things as far as let me pull it back into the game there. It's probably one of the biggest debated things in Con is to use or not to use main battle tanks. And I'll tell you, I used to use them a lot. I don't use them very much now. I just don't want to spend the money on the research. So, but you're right. Tanks can be very, very good at soaking up damage. They've raised the damage from 55, or the hit points from 55 to 61. That 6 doesn't seem like a lot, but if you get a couple of them in there, it's like having an extra infantry in your stack. Most people don't know how to use them. Yep. UGVs can be good early game to jump out and grab because they do pop. So I'll show you guys on here, right? The other where's the stuff for those? I don't even know where they're at. I don't even use them, to be honest. What? The payment for the realm, bro? Come on, man. I don't mind buying the Minecraft stuff for you. Yeah, I haven't even used the UGVs, to be honest. I just I haven't seen them used. I don't see if they're worth even doing it or not, man. I'm thinking that I'm going to do like the super chat and all that stuff and do memberships for people who want coaching, but I just don't know that I have the time to do that. I really would like to, though, but I wish that I could do content creation. So a stack of tanks, same Sam's MRLS wouldn't be bad. It would just be as good as a more Sam's and MRLS. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be bad, but you can't capture land with that stack, so you're going to have an infantry or like an infantry commander in there or something to capture the stack. So you got to make something that has at least 3 infantry in it. So like 3 infantry, 5 railguns, and 2 MRLS or something like that. That way you can have the AA and missiles wouldn't hit you, but also have the range to shoot out. Because even if you had 2 rocket launchers in there and you ran into somebody else's stack, you'd get a shot off before they got to you, What's your biggest struggle in con? For me, it's just Air Force and Navy. Yeah, like Bango, that's a really good question, bro. That's a really, really good question. So the thing for me is that I am not active enough to really run air units, man. I can't. I'm just not able to jump in and spend enough time in the game to use air effectively. There are players who are hyperactive who use air, and it's just impossible to get into their territory because their air just shoots stuff down. Like, you have an AWACS, they're coming out to grab your AWACS. Like, it's really hard. Naval's the same thing. If you're very hyperactive, so for me, I kind of have to go ground and pound, set the path for my troops, and support them at the same thing. So it's just kind of, different for different players, man. Just started a week ago with the game, and in the first 2 games, I can feel it on the front lines that I didn't see or Vince beforehand. The other 3 games are going much smoother. Yeah, I am. There's some really good con players. Like, there's really, really, really good con players. So, it's like the meta for it constantly changes because they're always adding in new games, right? So, I taught you everything. I taught you everything you know. So like when I first started, it was more main battle tank, and I think that's why there's so many memes about it. Players really relied on them heavily, but then people started to counter them with the strikes. Then they added in like the seasonal units, and they had all these different kind of cool elements. I would say that you should play multiple countries in multiple ways to find like what your preferred is, and then you should never start a game without having a 5-player person team, right? So go to the Discord, get a 5-player team. I guarantee you will have more fun when you have teammates with you. It's not wolf packing. Wolf packing would be when you have 5 and then 3 other people join and they feed you intel and they give you lands, they give you their cities. Like that's wolf packing, right? But you should definitely join with a 5-person team, and you should definitely enjoy those players that you're with. Find 4 more active for sure. What's the fastest game that I had? We've had some games in like 20 days in that range, and I want to say they're boring. I mean, they weren't boring, but there was definitely. I like it when I can get into a battle with someone. It's back and forth. It's just slugging it out, and then of course I like it when I win, right? So, have you enjoyed some of the smaller player games like Battleground USA? I liked Battleground USA because I was familiar with the city names and the areas. Norfolk, Virginia is close to where I live, so it was cool having that as a city and putting out units. But overall, those Battlegrounds and those the flashpoints and stuff, like, I don't like them. I like the bigger games. I don't like the apocalypse games where you can research anything because you're going to run into more golders. If you want to play games where you run into fewer golders, play the 1X. If you constantly want to be doing something, then play 4 1Xs where you constantly have something to go do inside of them, right? So yeah, I would just recommend that. Yeah, John and Don going at it. Had a 14-day game. That's a good one. Find a team, then join a game, not the other way around. Yes. Find the team, then join. Don't join and try to pug it. It was a goaler who just had max buildings literally everywhere and just took it. So, yeah. I don't know why people gold that heavy. Gold to me is something like, look, I've got 41,000 gold right now. I spent $20. The reason why I do that is I like to take these smoking cities, for instance. I can come in here and click on it and gold for 500, and now it's not smoking anymore, so I can move forward faster. I like to supplement the games like that. I don't like them when the guys go in and gold in like, you know, $200 in gold, and all of a sudden on day 8 I'm getting shot by missiles. Like, that's ridiculous. So they should allow a max gold spend per day. That would be kind of a fun game style, like where you could only spend 1,000 gold a day. You couldn't just go ham on it. BGUSA is just AIs. Yep, it was the longest game. I've definitely been triple digits in the longest game, over 100. I think 120, 130, somewhere around in there, if I remember right. Battleground Canada. Battleground Canada, eh? Mountain General, I think he's good as also. What's your favorite country to play in each continent? Ooh, Bangle, you got some good questions today, man. I like Ethiopia and Africa. Although I do like Chad, too. I like Chad because you don't have to have naval. And anybody trying to get to your country, it takes them a while to get through all this land. So you can actually re-defend on there. Europe, I'm a big Poland fan in Europe. I think the positioning is really good if you can stretch out to some of these lands and grab some quick AI cities. Asia, I'm a really big India fan in Asia because for as big as this land is, there's only 2 naval ports here, and then, well, there's 3 here. Nope, that's not a naval port. Yeah, it's Mumbai and Kolkata. So I like that in Asia. Let me see. In the Americas, not a big fan of USA. I'd rather play in the South here, and I would rather play something over here like Colombia or Venezuela. Typically, my least favorite's Mexico. You get just bombarded in there. So yeah, I mean, I got some pretty good countries in there, but yeah, I would either go Ethiopia or Chad. Depending on your coalition, maybe Egypt is a good one. Saudi Arabia was fun. I've played a couple games of Saudi too. Kind of dug that one. What tank division templates? I played Melodious Battle Royal, went to 135. Dude, I really, Melodious is really kind of, he's a good dude, man. Like, just a great guy. We talk on there. We've actually tried to play a couple games together. Al Raga. Where's Al Raga? Oh, we conquered it. I got you. I thought I lost it. But yeah, big fan of Melodious for sure. Peru is an interesting. Peru, I don't know that I like Peru. I've played Peru a couple of times. It's yeah, I mean, Peru's not bad. I like Bolivia because you don't have to do naval again. So again, anyone that you're circled, you can get away with not doing naval. It's good to me because then I can actually focus on types of units, right? Africa's Ethiopia, Europe is Romania. I don't like Romania. They don't have a good production for me. Like, it starts low. You really struggle early with production. What's the best country to play? It depends on your style. I mean, any of the countries that have 6 cities or more, I don't mind playing. But I don't like to go below that. It's like the middle range country. Mass gold, yeah, I don't like that either. Just more personal preference. I agree. How to make a good economy? Yeah, Aladdin, you got to go in and get VPs. So, like, as you're moving through lands, you've got to be able to get in here and take all these little lands between the cities, right? So, like, a city's good. It's going to produce, some sort of supply or component or fuel or something like that. But if you want to get a good economy going, you want good money, you want good recruiting, you got to get a high number of VPs. And VPs are how you win the game, so either way, you're going to get them one way or another. B2, you join my con team. Plus, I am about to join a game. Very nice. I don't have room for one more game yet, but possibly later in this week for sure. Build bunkers if you're morale. Yep. Most people forget about the bunkers to build morale. Japan, I'm not a fan of Japan. The only reason is that I'm just terrible at the naval aspect of it, right? So that's the only reason. It's not that Japan's bad. Big fan of the Con 3 video. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Much love on the channel. I need BV to back me up on Romania is the best. Interesting. B2 comedy. Great way to start the morning. Bacon Gaming, dude, man. Bacon, I appreciate you, brother. You have you've been around for a very long time on the channel, man. It's appreciated. What about the Philippines? Again, naval? Nah. But it's not a bad country to play. Because Ukraine goes for Belarus and Greece goes for Turkey. That's a good strat, Bart. I like that because that's what you're thinking, like, right? If Romania is kind of left alone typically, then that allows you to stretch out quick and go behind and clean people up, too. What do I have on my con settings down here? I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? What you mean? What you mean? It's like being landlocked. Yeah, I mean, you can. You can for sure. 5 cities are hard to play. Yes. 5 cities are very hard to play. Like, I feel bad for people that get in late in the game. What are your thoughts about Morocco? Here's the cool thing about Morocco is that you can defend every one of your cities with 2 THAADs, right? So if you get 2 stacks, you can spread them out, and the radius on there can really, because that's Algeria, isn't it? I believe. Homeland of Algeria, right? So you can put a THAAD like right here, a max THAAD, and cover 5 cities with it. So it's really kind of cool to defend that one. It makes it easy. Is this Spain out here too? We need to get, dang on, man, Algeria. We need people to go take that. Who is this? Who is Chad? EJK. If you're watching, brother, go take those things. Get Spain off of aggro with this, man. In a coalition, do you want your allies to be near you? You want them to be close, right? So you want to have like a country in between so you guys can both attack from both sides. So like if you get into here, right? So like let's say we're Ethiopia and Kenya, we're back to back, and then Chad was here. We all went and took DR Congo as one of the first moves, right? So you got Sudan, South Sudan, and then you got Zambia that are all AI countries, and then we just basically swooped down and took all of this extremely fast. So yeah, you do want them to be close. They don't have to be right next to each other. What you're trying to do is, look, here's the theory to it, right? So right now, I don't know if there's units in this stretch. I don't know if there's units in this stretch. So the more of these gaps that you close, the less that's in between here, the less your front is, right? Meaning like our next move should be to close in this gap to this, right? If we're going to take Greece, we should be closing in this gap. The reason why is our battle line now goes in here. See, our attack line goes here, and this is unknown. But imagine if this was all green all the way around here to here, then we would just have this as our front line. So you're always trying to close that in and pinch that in and green out your stuff, right? So if I go into political view and I take a look, like this is what it looks like. This should all be pretty much closed in. Like you shouldn't have all these gaps in here that are aggro. These should all be done, right? So that's what I mean by closing up your front lines on there. Morocco is one of the countries that's hard to play because all your cities are in range of 100. Yeah, it is. That you got to have a strong naval defense, you got to have a strong rocket launcher defense in there, and you got to have that. AWACS or radar? AWACS is the bad part of how hot. Yeah, so I prefer radar, right? It has a really big radius and near the end of the game. So if I go in, let me find a radar here. If I go in here, this radius of this radar here, I mean, look how big that is, and that's not even max level. Like, I actually have to go and raise this one more level. It's going to push out your radar even further, right? So it's just crazy how far it goes out on there. That circle will grow again. It'll be like up to here. I prefer that. AWACS cannot see infantry, too. So, like, if you get close to a city, it can appear empty, even though it does have that in there. So, what settings do I have on and off? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean settings on and off? Toggle units. Toggle army details. I don't even know what that does, man. I don't even know what this toggle population. Yeah, I don't know. Toggle resources. Yeah, I just keep it all on, to be honest, man. I don't mess with all that stuff. Mobile radar. Yeah, I kind of failed the Europe game where I was Finland because I got attacked by Sweden. Yeah. Mobile radar is much better because, yep, you got it. Radar size is so tiny. That's what she said. How do you know which AI countries? When you get in the game, you can tell an AI country. It usually has 1 or 2 cities. How can we play con together? Join the Discord. Get in there. I'll usually look for players when I'm ready to start a game. It says when you click on a province owned by a country, whether it's AI, yep. AWACS can't see infantry, yep. AWACS is for detecting planes and mobile radars for detecting infantry. But AWACS can tell you the type of plane, but mobile radar can still tell you there's planes coming. Yep, full of games. You're right. AWACS is at max. Is it one of the few things that can take a low radar planes? We got 20 watching the stream. Oh, yeah. Numbers are numbers, man. You know how I feel about those. Numbers are great, and they're an indicator that you're on the right track, but numbers are never the goal for me. The numbers for me keep me going as far as, like, if there are people that show up and watch, I'll have more live streams. I'll do more live events. But that's not the goal. The goal is to provide a really positive gaming experience for those in our community. Playing a 5-city game is day 18. I only have, yeah, so hard, man. The fewer the cities. When a player goes inactive, AI goes crazy. Yeah, and then you just go in there and have like one unit in every single province has one unit. So this is what you're looking for. Asking the question about taking land. Like on an infantry unit here, if you look in, you want that castle that can conquer territory, right? So if you go into when I have a tank, you're going to notice that on the tank, it does not have a castle, so a tank cannot take land. So you have to have a tank and an infantry in order to take a land, right? Prefer mobile radar because it complements my SAMs. Yes, it does. I don't have to research stealth for the SAMs if I max level on my radar. Correct, because it will pop them over there and your SAMs will shoot. Petition for B2 to play on the realm again because I'm lonely. I really don't have time to do. I love Minecraft. Look, Minecraft is my all-time favorite game. It does, but I hate the load time. They got to do something with the load time where I can just get in and start playing. I hate to wait 5 minutes for the stinking game to load, right? Then once you get in, like there's connectivity issues. Like sometimes I can't connect to the realm. I got to reload it, reboot my computer. It's like, for Minecraft being a game that's like 157 years old, they sure have got some buggy stuff in it, man. But Minecraft for me is just relaxing, man. It is total. It's total just being able to go break bricks and build something I love creating. So that's why I was hoping like Factorio would be something like that, but I just couldn't get into Factorio, man. There's very few 5 cities that are almost all in Africa, but yeah, I think in Africa you have Mali, Cameroon, Angola, Namibia, South. Yep, you're right. One game it was just me as the active one ended. No, Bango, that's wrong. You can't use it for a bunch of gold. If it's just you, you're going to get to 1800 VP. The game's going to stop. So the max you can get is 1800, no matter how long you play. The only thing you could do is pad your stats, and then give back some land or whatever. I can't run more than 2. Yeah, see, like it's just weird to me, right? So you can't load that many chunks, or it lags. But yet I can go in and play like League of Legends with 0 lag, on a potato PC. I don't have a potato PC. I got 8 gig of RAM and an i7, but I upgraded the RAM to the i7, and then I bought like a 970 GTX graphics card, right? So it just seems like it just should be easier to load Minecraft, man. It is so crazy, but all right, guys. Look, man, we're on an hour on the stream, 58 minutes, and I'm gonna go spend some time with my wife and hang out. But I appreciate you guys coming out, man. Thanks so much, Koala, for the tip. And I appreciate you guys being here, man. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys in game.